Good morning, YouTube. We're laughing because we just told Jake the title of this video is going to be a man blowing up his own home, and Jake said the only thing I blow up is bathrooms. But yeah, April sent this story over to me, and it's quite fascinating. So,
Hey.
April,
Yes.
a man blows up his own apartment after killing, or trying to kill, a cockroach.
Right.
But he probably failed because he can't kill a cockroach. There's plenty of bugs here on the farm. We manage them pretty well, I think. With
There are.
the bug ninja is our exterminator.
There's a lot of crickets and spiders, so when I kind of first moved here, the bug ninja, is that his name?
Bug ninja, Adrian. Not the car ninja, the bug ninja.
The bug
yes.
ninja. He told me that you have to genuinely be careful of brown recluse spiders, which are poisonous and can kill you. And I'm thinking, like, does he not want me to be here? Does he not want me to live here? But he says in farmhouses in Canada. We are not in Canada, are we?
Kansas.
We are in Kansas.
Kansas.
That they're a thing. And you actually had a recluse experience
Oh
yourself.
yeah, in my old house I had an old helmet in the garage. Finally got to do a track day. Went to put it on and all of a sudden just everything going and I'm like, bah! It's like a family of brown recluses in there that somehow didn't bite me.
You knew that they were recluse?
Oh yeah, I threw the helmet in the dumpster and never looked at it ever again. I
Yeah.
was terrified. Like it was.
Like, you shouldn't be here right now. You should be dead.
Well, I mean, or disfigured, like patches of hair gone or something. I don't know, but
So,
yeah.
anyway, bugs are hard to get rid of. We're invading their territory by building our homes around their home, right?
I don't know, but yeah, cockroaches are annoying. But one guy was so freaked out by it in Japan that he started spraying insecticide everywhere. Just coated his entire house and exploded it because eventually this stuff reached a burner in a stove and he put so much down that poof.
Right.
Didn't kill himself, hurt himself. But yeah, destroyed his own home just chasing around one cockroach.
Totally
He was
worth
that
it.
crazy about bugs.
Totally worth it.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
So I was looking around to see if this was a pattern because insecticide, I guess, is flammable.
Right.
And I didn't really see any other cases. So this person must have just like completely unloaded cans and cans and cans. Like a total crazy person to create the environment. But I did find one story where the environment was triggered by a man killing a bug.
Okay.
And it was a Frenchman who chased a fly with an electric fly swatter. And the spark of that, he had a gas leak in his home.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah. Blew
That's
up his
dangerous.
house.
It actually blew up his house.
The guy was in his 80s, and it left him with minor burns and his house ruined.
That's terrible. That's terrible. So we have the bug assault.
Boomstick.
Yes.
Which is so fun
Careful,
to use.
well, you're new to YouTube, you can't say that word.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Jake said I have to bleep it. You can call it like a pew pew or something like that. Some weird
Okay.
YouTube thing. But yeah.
Yeah, we have the bug pew pew.
It does shoot salt, and you can knock them out of the air with this. It's a really cool thing. I guess I could show you an Amazon link, I guess, in this. But yeah, it's a fun way to swat flies.
Right. Get rid of bugs. Have you ever had like some bug infestation or animal infestation in Kansas?
You know, I have had roaches before.
Okay.
This was a long time ago, and a relative brought over a bag of rice like over 10 years ago, and it had roaches in it. I didn't realize, and threw it out, and then roaches everywhere. It was instant takeover of the house.
You're kidding.
And the thing about it was it got into the dishwasher, and every time I do the dishes, there'd be dead roaches coming out of it.
What?
And we had sprayed it. I mean, it was just impossible to kill. And finally, I zeroed in on the dishwasher itself. And they said, whatever it is, put it outside so it'll freeze, and then eventually the freezing will kill the eggs of all that. Well, I killed the dishwasher too because it's got water in it. Obviously, I'm taking it outside.
Okay.
But it was fine. I got a new dishwasher, and that finally took care of the infestation for whatever reason. But yeah,
That's interesting. So you could just kind of not turn your heat on while your pipes would freeze and burst or whatever. But that's how you can get rid of roaches. They don't like the cold.
There's nothing I could do. You've never had it?
I've had snakes. I have garter snakes in my basement in Chicago that I would catch with Tupperware and just take them outside. But you know they're going to get in because they get in the tightest spots possible.
Oh, I didn't know like they come up through the toilet or something.
No, not. I mean, maybe they do. They just come through little. You know, it's my starter home, so it wasn't like a really nice, fancy home that was like airtight. But what I did is took that great stuff foam and I just sprayed every little opening that I could. Which you spray a tiny bit of it and it expands to like 2 feet. You'll spray 1 inch, and it's like so. It probably totally ruined the aesthetic of my home. But there were no more snakes after that.
I had a pet snake as a kid. So
You totally would.
his name is Homer. I mean, he's probably still alive. But
You
yeah.
totally would.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I had a pet rat, so there you
Well,
go.
we would get rodents to feed it, and they gave you the option of a live one or one that was already dead that they had actually frozen and thawed that you could put in the microwave to warm up to feed your snake.
You put it in the microwave?
Yeah. My mom was like, we're not putting any of that in my microwave.
So you got live ones?
Live ones.
Mice or rats?
Mice.
Okay, because
Yeah.
rats are for like big boy snakes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, what?
Okay. What? What's it? You don't like snakes?
No, I like rats, and I feel bad because I had a pet rat.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm imagining saying I had a pet rat, and you're like, oh, well, we used to murder them and feed them to my snake.
Well, we had hamsters, and that didn't work with cats because the cats just want to kill them instantly. Like
Yeah.
the moment we would leave the house, they would, okay, how are we going to tip over and
murder.
kill this rodent inside of this cage?
Yeah.
If my sister forgot to close the door, the hamster was dead.
Right.
And I go 3 or 4 hamsters later, Carly, if you can't remember to close your door, we're not
Cats
getting
would
in.
really kill the hamsters.
My sister, yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, a
That's
lot of hammies we
traumatizing.
went through. A lot of people have destroyed their own homes, obviously, with arson or doing stupid things, gas leaks and all that stuff. But a lot more instances of the news with people accidentally destroying other people's homes.
Okay.
So far, at least this year, there's one in June where somebody was messing with their natural gas tank outside, their propane tank. And they were disconnecting it or whatever, even though it was still full. And then it shot off like a cannon
Whoa.
and destroyed 2 homes, 2 neighboring homes.
There's that much power
It
behind
went
them?
through a home, shot up in the air, came down, exploded. Took out 2 houses with his stupidity.
I am not going near any propane tanks ever.
The aftermath is unreal because one person had just stepped outside and look at this because it shot up in the air and then went through the roof and down into the house.
That doesn't even look real.
He could be sitting in the living room watching TV and he would be dead.
It's like a bullet ricocheting like 300 times around something.
Yep, so that was a wild one. And then another one, somebody decided to remove their own tree from their yard and it fell
Oh no.
the wrong way
Oh no.
onto the neighbor's house.
That's a
and
big tree.
It's a massive tree and it cut the house in half. Literally cut it in half. Which is like, sorry.
So do you think insurance would cover that? Does insurance cover stupidity?
Well, I assume it does, but yeah, whose insurance would it be? Because it's on their property going into someone else's house. That'd be a very complicated thing. But
Oh my. Maybe you just don't like your
yeah,
neighbor.
somebody tried to save some money. Look at the damage.
That's how you
to this
get rid
house.
of your neighbor.
Pretty much
But the
total out of
homes are
house.
strong, like the structure and the beams, how they're placed, like they are strong at the tip there, and it just completely pulverized it.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Another recent home destroyer is Kevin Bacon.
Ooh, he can do no wrong.
How degrees separated are you from Kevin Bacon?
I probably pretty close. I don't know. I have to do some research. I love Kevin
I'm
Bacon.
sure you've done a film with somebody who has worked directly
Oh,
with
absolutely.
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin
So you're
Bacon.
only probably 2 degrees separated.
He's my hero.
Everybody else is within 7 degrees. You are 2 degrees.
He's my
sort of.
hero. Did you see Tremors? The greatest movie ever of all time.
Well,
Did you
of
see
course,
it? You
yeah.
saw- Okay, good.
Yeah.
Jake, did you see Tremors? Oh, you poor thing. You need to expand your horizons.
Worms are eating people.
It's a true
Yes.
story about worms in
So,
the desert.
Kevin Bacon had to destroy a house this year that he purchased. And this was in Massachusetts. And he really had to talk this person into selling Kevin Bacon the house.
Right.
Because he was convinced that the demonic presence inside of this home, that was my phone falling down, it's okay. The demonic presence would possess Kevin Bacon and then terrible things would happen.
Wait, I don't get it. So Bacon was going to buy the house.
Bacon wanted to buy the property.
Right.
But the seller did not want to sell it because he was worried Kevin Bacon would come into the house, become possessed by this
Right.
demon.
Right.
And that's why this person's been holding on to this property and not selling it because he's doing
So
the
he
world a favor.
specifically didn't want America's sweetheart, Kevin Bacon,
They
getting possessed.
didn't want anybody, but
Okay.
Kevin Bacon was really interested in the property, and they're
Right.
like, no, whoever buys this will get possessed, and it'll be world-ending consequences,
Yeah.
especially if it's you, Kevin Bacon.
Of course.
And he said,
Don't
well,
you harm Kevin.
I'll buy it, and I'll buy it on the condition that I destroy this house. And the guy's like, okay, fine.
Interesting, yeah.
So that's probably the only time that anybody has ever had to conditionally destroy a house in a contract for a purchase of property because of somebody fearing of a demonic possession or a haunting or whatever.
Yeah.
Very
and
odd.
Even if it wasn't real, which you can go back and forth on demonic possession and spirits and all that stuff, but sometimes even just the power of suggestion. Then every creak you hear and every little noise late at night, if you're alone in the dark, you're going to think, oh, he was right, it is haunted, and you're going to freak out.
Our first night in this house, you jumped at everything. The house is built in 1895. It's an old farmstead. And it's creaky, and it makes noise. It has a weird thing in the basement to get water pressure up. It makes kind of like a boom noise. And then every time the HVAC comes on, so instead of doing nice ducting in the attic, they just sort of have loose tubes, kind of like a dog obstacle course or kids would play in. And so when it turns on, it kind of goes whoop, and that makes a little bit of noise, like something crawling through, which we thought was like mice at one point.
Raccoons, mice, possums.
It's not.
Birds, bats, spirits.
And the first night, she jumped at everything.
At everything.
And I'm like, oh, I've just fallen asleep. It's a new house. I'm so excited for first night. And she jumps and I jump.
Yeah. And well, then we called the bug ninja in because we thought there was something living up there. And he's like, everything looks fine.
Nope.
Yeah. It's just an old house that creaks. Well, I think the important lesson we learned today is that Tremors is one of the greatest movies of all time.
And don't spray your house with insecticides. And blow it up, obviously.
Right.
But Tremors, it's a campy,
It's amazing.
There's Footloose is the most iconic Kevin Bacon movie, obviously.
Yeah, that's cliche.
But my favorite, Apollo 13.
Oh my gosh, you're such a gerbil.
It's an amazing movie.
Of course it's an amazing movie.
It's an amazing story. Ron Howard did such a great job.
Yeah.
And Kevin Bacon was in it. He's in a lot of good movies.
A Few Good Men.
Let's see. Yeah, because
that's a good movie.
I just pulled it up. A Few Good Men. Come on. That's way better.
Right. Well, at the top of the list is Tremors, A Few Good Men, and Apollo 13.
Mystic River. The River Wild?
Did you cry in it?
That's not the... No, that's not like a dog dying one. The River Wild with the...
I never saw it.
Meryl Streep?
No.
We are watching that right now. Thank you so much for watching. You have not seen that? Come on. Come on.
Right now?
No, I'm serious.
I think we need to show Jake Tremors.
About what?
People blowing up their own homes.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yes.
Jake.
I usually just blow up the bathroom.